Today we're going to look at demonstrating aspects of unarmed combat. You must appreciate here, in Sanatan Shastarvidiya, Shastarvidiya does not begin with punches, with kicks, with strikes, with grapples, etc. If you think that's where fighting begins, that is a big misconception. Fighting begins with footwork. We want such footwork which is extremely agile, allowing us to outmaneuver the opponent. So let's look at some of the basic principles in Sanatan Shastarvidiya footwork. If you look down at my feet, you'll notice my stance is very narrow. My shoulders overhang my ankles. First step in footwork is initiating movement. When we initiate movement, it's not just merely stepping. We do not just lift our body mass from this leg, transfer to that leg, and then push forward. What we're doing is, I want to spill my center of gravity. And as it spills, then I move. And in this movement, as I take my gait, I'm not going to hyperextend my leg at any point where it just lands down. That's too predictable. There's a natural flex to the knee. And just before it locks out, that's a bigger step I'm going to take. That's my gait size. So when I'm walking, I'm spilling my center of gravity. If need be, I can change direction quickly. In one single step, I can change direction about 3 times. If I'm stepping this way by just tilting my head, I can go that way. Stepping that way, tilting my head, my hand, etc. And this way, I'm very agile. So no matter what, everyday life, etc., this is my normal walk. And this is what you're not going to notice when I'm going to engage people and so on. There are many other movements here. We call them deet and deet, which basically means visible, invisible. Movements which are not visible to the eye. The whole point is for us to deceive our opponent. So as our opponent comes in, first thing is proper footwork. So when the opponent is coming to engage me, say we'll do a typical Western style stance, the opponent takes a fighting stance and so on. Now he cannot strike and hit me until I'm in range. So what I do is I want to get to the peripheral of the striking range as quickly and smoothly as possible. And as I do this, at the peripheral, which I measure by the leading leg's leg coming up, I'm just about, I wouldn't say hitting me or missing me, we say tickling our testicles. That's the actual combat range that is. It's colourful terms are used so everybody remembers, and they can have a little laugh and a giggle, but it makes memorable. So you begin here with the foot, so I'm coming in. As I hit that peripheral range, I'm not going to engage my arms and so on. Now here we say we have a point of what we call Sampurante, the complete, the absolute, the perfect stillness, perfect pause. This is astirta, the motionless motion. What I'm doing now is at that peripheral range where he cannot, I'm just out, while his fist, I'm about that much there. With his foot, I'm just there. I'm about hair's breadth away from contact and so on. At this range, as soon as he engages, I can easily step through, engage, break legs, testicles, side of neck, etc. and so on. We take that perfect pause, and in our mind, we take that snapshot of the opponent. We look at his body positioning, and we extrapolate from that the most likely attack he's going to do. And then we can move in, strike, break, whatever. We're not giving him a chance to adjust. If I was too far back, my distancing was slightly off, I have to make up ground. As a consequence, he can read me, he can adjust, and we end up with what we call kashimakash, which is a struggle. I don't want that. So this is there now. I come up, I engage, and so on. And you can see I can easily draw weapons as well. Without him noticing, I've taken a weapon out. And here what we have is a concept of doshitagana, in terms of putting him in 2 minds. Am I in range? Am I out of range? Okay. Am I lined up? Am I mislined? Okay. Am I what called unarmed? Or am I, like the bracelet here, the back of the elbow, etc., or the dagger here? Am I armed? He does not know. And it may be so that the hands have concealed weapons, ideal for grappling. So we're putting him in 2 minds. He doesn't know whether I'm unarmed, whether I'm armed, I'm in range, out of range, etc. and so on. And this adds a whole new dimension to combat fighting. We're not here fighting to win. Winning is irrelevant to us. What is it about survival? Okay. And survival in the real world here may have to take into account legal implications as well. I don't want to go to prison. As I engage, I might start to engage. Here, miss a line, walk away, go home. Engage here. As soon as you go, what I'm doing now, on the peripheral, with that sort of footwork, or what's called floating footwork, where I spill my center of gravity in multiple directions or move, and most of the time I'll be on one foot. If I have to ask you a question now, do we humans spend most of our time on both feet, on one foot, or no feet? No feet, obviously when we're sleeping, one foot when we're walking, and if we're standing like this, both feet. Sitting, maybe both feet, or one foot off the ground, sitting on our ass, no feet. So that has to be taken into consideration. In our tradition, we believe is on one foot we spend most of our time. The armies were in the past always on the march, always on the move. So they're engaging here, so one foot's off the ground, we're kicking the ankle, so he throws that punch, I miss a line. Now, this is where all Shastarvidiya begins. Correct footwork, quick, swift, agile, nimble footwork that allows us to not just only maneuver him, but say we can take some weapon or blade or whatever we want to take, or sword or so on. This should allow us, this is wielding a sword or so on, outmaneuver, I'm understanding the range. If I understand the range, perfect range, I'm looking at the flex and so on, throw mentality here, look at thrust there, I'm understanding the range. By understanding the range and being up there, I can now put my hand in, take him out, etc. Well, it makes it a lot easier with this because he looks like push-ups. Understanding range, and then obviously misaligning. So here I misalign. Understanding my sense of balance, appreciating his sense of balance and aiming to offset his balance. Misalign, put my strikes in, and so this principle works for weapons and unarmed as well. Now in Shastarvidiya we have over 10 unarmed fighting styles. So what we don't do is we don't start like this. We don't start like this. Not the conventional styles of fighting, so I'm not saying they're bad or whatever, but just in our culture, we stand like this. This is how fighting starts. Simple as that. The legs are like this. That was our. When we move, we're like this, and then we shift and so on. Now, in an ordinary situation, you would say arms are shorter than legs. But this is in Shastarvidiya, so many things are just sankepta, which means it's all relative. This is a highly counterintuitive, paradoxical art. This stance in the fighting stance, we deliberately do like a Western style mentality. Throws that punch is just about in, but his legs out. For a simple reason, I'm holding my body back now. Mentality. I will not engage him until I've misaligned him. If he does nothing, I'll just go in, bang, 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 bang. And if you notice, I'm just slipping my strikes in. Eyes gone there. Strikes here, boom, strike there, knee here, strike there. In India, there's a whole system of, there's a caste system. So in the old days, although we at the moment don't actually prescribe to that caste system, in the old days, the ancient Hindu warriors, Kshatriyas, had a big fear of getting polluted by low caste. Hence, comes to we avoid the touch. We just break his legs, take him out, boom. We don't want to touch him. Okay, so caste system here has worked to the benefit of Shastarvidiya. We just miss. We're using 1 minute. As soon as he gets caught, yeah, I'm missing line. Like here, I'm here now. I'm missing line. Bang, boom, boom, boom. That goes straight in. And the weapon, the strikes come from here. They're not coming from it. There's not. This allows for weapons to bring out. Okay, so he's coming in here. See, like this is coming through here. That's there now. And the weapons are concealed all over the body. Numerous weapons, different types of weapons, and so on. Comes in, strikes here. And this idea of going unarmed and weapons and interchanging in between is common in Shastarvidiya. And just before we finish off, I want to go into pointing out there's 10 different fighting styles in Shastarvidiya. The styles are different regional styles from different parts of ancient India. The styles were got together in about 6th century BC at a place called Taxila. The first of the styles is based on a wild boar, a varha, which is a varha avatar. And we begin with a salutation. So this ritual salutation is only done in class. You don't expect us to do it in the street when someone's on a mug yet. Here, and he drops in here. It looks like a guard, but it's not actually a guard. Because we won't start a fight from this. From here, the strikes are done this way, all top. Elbow strikes. Single knuckle strikes. Kicks, knees. So here. So in application, let's look at the application. I just want to show you about 2 or 3 styles from the very bottom to the middle to the very end to show how it varies and so on. There's 10 styles over here. There's no what you call time here to show everything. Attacks. So I'm still approaching the normal way, misalign everything. From here I can go for half, bang, that's strike there. In attacks here, move it there. See how we strike, hit me shot, sit, bang, straight here. Stick my body weight down, out knee here. That's the simplest of styles. And this style also can be done in large groups. There's a bar formation style, can be done with, and the weapons for this style are daggers and what's called clubs, not swords. Different styles are for different terrains, different circumstances and so on. So when you fight in a mountain terrain, when you fight in a swamp, when you fight in a desert and so on, India is a big place. So these styles cover all different terrains, regions, etc. and so on. We may do it in a classical form. The form is done like this. So the bull is here, 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 and it just there. So this one here will then translate into strike. So we're here. Again, he's moving in. If he does that, okay, at the moment he's doing a front forward punch in a Western style. You know, basically these guys are coconuts. They brought up in the West and they have this kind of notion of fight. If he did a Desi style, if he did pure Indian style, they don't fight like this. The Indians, they do things like this. And they go out and they come at you, just square on. And they then miss the line, and then they will go into a fight. See, now I've just misaligned it. Now from here I will go into, so this is how the traditional Indians, Northern Indian Punjab fight. You know, this slapping your biceps, like my bicep bigger than yours. This, to show that this downstairs is bigger than yours. I've got bigger heart. This is all this macho stuff like that, and this brrrr is the Bakra mating sound of a goat. To show that I'm more virile than you are. Not what I'm going to make with him. I've got the wrong idea here. So come here, it comes in. Here, so I'm moving in. Now, I'll go into the bull style, which is this, boom, boom, that's it. Now I've done the stand-up grappler, which now, taking his back out, break his arms here. Okay? In traditional art, sense of humor is required. It takes all the pressure off all the gruesome things we do in the battlefield and so on. So here again, coming normal, like he comes engaged. You see that I've already missed a line. I can now go in this here. See that foot is now, we trapped his foot here, elbow here, knee here. That's what I'm doing. I'm now, this style is particularly noted for spinal twists, compressions and breaking back. So he'll tell you where the weight is going. There, lower back. And from here, I will drop in, boom, that's it. Now, let's go further up. There's a style, it's a colourful style, known as Adadeva Shiva. So this is a higher style. Shiva is the archetypal Indian shaman sage, is a great deity of our martial tradition. So all Shastarvidiya in our Akhada is traced back to the archetypal Indian shaman, the great sage. So the Shiva form is a much more advanced form because he understands energy in terms of kinetic energy and in terms of what's called akarshan, which is compressive, gravitational, attractive energy. And you'll begin with a salutation mentality of here and then a bolt line there. But okay, in a real fight you can do that. That's just for training. And then the movements are here. It doesn't look well. This is abstract. I'm sinking my body mass. So it's not meant to be an instructional video. The subjects are too many to show. I'm just giving you a glimpse. The idea is to present this art to the world and then attract students obviously so we can preserve this great heritage. So here comes in here. Again, if you notice, it's much harder for him now to go from a traditional point of view to do this stuff and so on. And you may say, well, how many ways you can strike this? I'll go right through here, mental is coming through there. You see this here now? I moved here. So he wants to maneuver this one obviously. See, I'm sinking my body mass here. So what I've done is I've taken here. There. This is a very deceptive art. The higher they get, the more invisible they get. To the point that you can't really notice what you're doing. So on. The average bunda, they won't notice. happening. They think, oh, this is falling apart and so on. I'm not getting phased by quick punches or kicks and so on because I understand range. Okay? A fast punch is not fast. Only when you take up tactical positioning. Now, I'm taking tactical positioning here. If he changes again, so on, see I'm out of range now. He goes strike there, I'm out of range, I'm out of position. He goes again. I got all the time in the world to play with him. If I'm misaligned from him, he can't really grapple, hold, so on. So he comes in there. Mentality. He might try to be clever. He might try to show me a blow and step through with a punch and so on. Either way, all this I would understand. With Shiva, that's what we want. At a head. We never throw. The aim, ultimate aim, just bang, snap. So here was a glimpse into traditional unarmed combat and so on. Ideally, we integrate this everyday life. I can do it with multiples, I can do it with unarmed, I can do it with armed. It makes no difference. So I can be very casual. I'm not even looking at him. I'm looking at the camera because I've got my peripheral vision on him. As he strikes and so on, I've got my peripheral vision. By the time he pulls by, he'll throw that punch. See that if he wants to grapple with me, okay? He wants to grapple, clap me down. Here, I will find movement within movement. Watch. Movement within movement. So let's say I'm sinking my body masses into areas. That's it. It's a lazy guy. And he'll never, like I'm engaging here. Whoa. He'll never know when the weapons will pop in and out. That's the mentality. He will not know when I'm looking at him, when I'm in range, not range, I'm looking, not looking at him. When I'm unarmed, when I'm with arms, when I'm lined up, not lined up, when I'm, so I will end here. This is Sanatan Shastarvidiya, unarmed combat, which is known as Platha. It's a very rare art and so on. And today, is almost extinct and so on. I'll end here. Work hard, sir.